whistle! Blow the whistle! Let's go, boys!
It's time for the greatest little internet radio show, Blow the Whistle. Always live on SportsSoundChicago.com and on Twitch at SportsSoundShot. Tyler, Butterball, Beautyball.
I knew this kid was going to be a complete mess, a youth mess. Not mess. See, I think he needs to go to Allstate because when you're covered by mayhem, you'll be better protected.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
How can you say that high school's sports is not about business when the IMG Academy, who is supposed to be a legitimate high school, goes for $1.25 billion?
David Double D Dykstra.
Hope and pray to God that Jordan Love twists his ankle so bad that you get to see this godforsaken mess that is Sean Mother Trucking Clifford.
Nick No Gimmicks Johnston.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, Josh Allen had the same stat line as Lamar Jackson. You're not getting him any fuss. He literally has one less touchdown than Lamar Jackson, and you're not saying anything.
Tyler Beautyball, Andrew Valentin, David Dykstra, and Nick Johnson. Your greatest little internet radio show everywhere you go.
Let's go, boys!
Oh,
you like that?
You like that?
I got a headache.
I think it was
All I can think of was that
one-man
scene.
mosh pit over here.
City boy. I would have with you, Nick, but you're too far away. That's the problem.
I'm telling you, man. Great football brings out the greatness in this show.
Oh, absolutely.
And we had nothing but great football, great bets
Oh, yeah.
this weekend. And
I had some. Okay.
just, hey, I'm just
Dave-
making sure we're on there, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
I heard you twice.
I know. No one wants
Apologies,
that.
everybody. Just
No
want to
one
make
wants
sure
that.
we're on the air.
I thought we were in a cave. Yeah, that's good.
No, we will never be in the cave ever again. Ever again.
Never again. And
Big Bear, you're on my watch list.
I have to.
No, you really don't. That sad piece of what? Anyway.
I don't even know what you were talking about.
Welcome into Blow the Whistle here on Spez.
Okay, Mr. Johnston.
Tyler Butterball, Beautyball.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
Bears.
So we got a lot of football to get to. Of course, we're going to talk Bears. We're going to talk the rest of week 6 here in the NFL. We got this weekend just by watching our football teams play.
Jesus. You guys.
Sweat, baby. Sweat, baby.
No
And-
kidding.
And
Bro,
I
I
will,
was getting nervous for you.
and I will tell you a little story
Mhm.
about my day later on, and then we're going off the rails, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about we're going to talk about them. Just as long as
Some mixed signals there.
I'm just going to say this
I thought he meant somebody else.
I'm just going to say this right now, just as long as there's no F-bombs thrown by oh, God. Let's get right into it. Cheerio, boys.
Cheerio.
Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Great game.
Oi, blimey.
Yesterday
It was a go-getter, I tell you what.
Quite the match.
I will be very
I don't know what's.
I don't
There's
know what
Australian going on here.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what Nick's trying to do.
Oh, you see the game this week? Yeah, it's bloody
It
great,
was
mate.
great.
Bloody great.
I'll say this much.
Bloody hell.
Very, very unexpected for me. I thought this could be a trap game for the Bears. Going over to England, playing the Jaguars, who typically do play pretty darn well
6-5, now they're 6-6.
in London.
Yep. Eat it, yeah.
They might as well live out there.
Trust me, it's one of the destination places. If Jacksonville wasn't building them a $1.3 billion new stadium for some godforsaken reason. That being said, the Bears defeat the Jaguars in London 35-16. I will start it off with Tyler. Give me your thoughts, buddy.
Rough start for the offense opening out. I mean,
Because they didn't go hurry up.
no.
Idiots.
And I think because earlier in the week, Shane Waldron mentioned that they will use some of it occasionally. But now I think after that first couple drives, they realize this is what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Bears just dominated ever since then. Caleb Williams throws for 226 yards, a career high of 4 touchdowns, a passer rating of what was it, 122, something like that. So again, another week of up and up progress from Caleb Williams. I mean, progress from the defense too. I mean, they were banged up because there was no Jaquan Brisker, no Tyreek Stevenson. So guys filled in and played phenomenal. I mean, granted, this is a Jaguars
I wouldn't
offense.
say phenomenal, but the next man did step up.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I meant phenomenal as with holes in that starting.
Bears won
starting-
three phases of the game. So
Yeah.
Well,
Offense,
you're always
defense.
going to win special teams.
Yeah.
You
I
got
mean,
two.
more comfortable there. Obviously, he had that really bad interception. You and I talked about it. I mean, he even admitted put way too much air under it. I mean, rookie mistake.
Of
Because I mean,
course, it's the Jags' first interception of the year.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what everyone
that
on
on-
the radio was talking like. Oh, this says they don't have a pick.
But this is what I love about Caleb is that after that he didn't get so down. He was mad about himself.
Yeah.
He said at the press that he was pissed off. But after that interception, he led the Bears to 4 more scoring drives. So I mean,
Well, I'll be honest with you. He throws that with some intensity and a little zip to it. That's a touchdown.
without
That's
a
a
doubt,
touchdown. I
without
mean,
a doubt.
you don't give that free safety or strong safety, whichever one it was, the time to get over there and make that play
Yeah.
by putting so much air underneath it. He had a college moment where he's like, oh, I can do this and not have to worry about. No, you've got to worry about
I will
it
give him
now.
credit on that audible adjustment because I think they were going to run it up the middle. It was a 3rd and short, but I mean, I liked the audible to the play action and throw it deep because again, he was wide open. It was just he lofted it too much. But I mean, overall, great performance. Love to see that Keenan Allen got in the mix, got in the end zone a couple times.
Third down guy. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's what you guys.
That's what he's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
Yeah.
he's what you guys wanted him to be.
Right.
He's going to be that security blanket for Caleb on third downs.
And let alone the run game still being strong. Like that was the biggest struggle in the first 3 weeks. And I think something about has a total of like 200 something rushing yards compared to 80 something in
Yeah.
the first 3. So
It's amazing what happens when Nate Davis isn't on the field.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that's the biggest.
Ah!
the greatest thing that's happened.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the big-
within the
difference?
office, it was a nice balance of just about everything. There's not really much to add to what you just said on the Bears side of things. Dunzo, I think they're dead in the water. It's that many
They're
carries.
labeling them week to week, according to what Doug Peterson said. But
Okay.
there's no way you look at that team and you say there's any continuity whatsoever. There's no chemistry. There's no feel.
Yeah.
Anything that Doug Peterson tries to say in terms of culture, I know he was trying to talk about that at the podium, and he's saying we just need to get more wins. Well, no,
Yeah.
duh, you need to get more wins. But
the
in
Bears-
order to get those wins, you need to have a culture, and clearly he is just a bridge coach at this point. You are never going to bring him in. And that's the problem, is that Samir Khan looked at him probably and said, well, you won a Super Bowl in Philly. Why can't you do it in Jacksonville? Totally different situation.
And the Cons don't fire anybody midway through the season, so they're going to keep trying to give Doug Peters. It'd be very.
That's not
surprising.
true.
No.
Oh no, they did fire
Urban
Urban Meyer.
Meyer.
Oh, wow.
In retrospect, though, that
I think
was was the
story.
worst of the worst. That was a hire
no,
that they
absolutely.
totally got as a grab to just say, "Hey, we'll get Jacksonville beyond that."
Well,
So,
here was the big what the hell moment for yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too.
I can say without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to be your dude for years to come.
Yeah.
And probably lead you to the playoffs.
it's got that look.
Does he take you all the way? I don't know. He's set up to.
Yeah.
He's set up to. But will it happen? It's the NFL.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I don't want it to be a Miami Dolphins situation where the
But
Bears
if
take care of
you're-
the bad teams and then they lose to good
If
teams.
you're
It's
a-
Or
yet to be a
Dallas.
challenge, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm really excited for Week 8 when they play. Will they play the Commanders Week 8?
Yes.
Okay,
Week
well, that's-
8
I'm-
Commanders.
Which we didn't think that would be a challenge, but now it's going to be a challenge because they're stepping it up.
I mean,
I still will sit here and say until I'm blue in the face, you picked the wrong quarterback. But
Now I hate the fact the wrong quarterback because they're both playing great.
Yeah.
So it's more the narrative is Chicago got their quarterback, Jaden Daniels got the Commanders got their quarterback.
Caleb-
both playing
Caleb
phenomenal
here, Jaden here.
right
For
now.
right now.
Well,
Right now, I don't even think
it's
that.
that. It
one's
could be-
playing in a
that's all-
tougher conference than the other. I mean, right now the NFC North has the best record of all the NFL
Yeah,
divisions. so
you're in the basement and you're 4-2.
is
yeah.
it that or is it Cliff Kingsbury and then Shane
I
Waldron?
think its scheme is also
Yeah,
okay.
part of it as
I
well.
said this is just bigger Kyler Murray. And when did Cliff Kingsbury work at his best? When he had Kyler Murray. So he just has a 6'4" version of this kid. That's all it is.
I completely agree. I think part of it is offensive scheming and things like that.
and the NFC East is bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at that guy.
They're a terrible, terrible division from Dallas to the Giants to now the Eagles, who barely get by in this last week. So
For me at least, a great job. Good for you. I appreciate, how they're playing, what they're playing. Next man up kind of situation.
Yeah.
I am mad at you guys for not calling Roshan Johnson's number while they were at the 4-yard line. Cost me some money. But other than that,
Swift deserves it. He's been killing it.
and absolutely, I'll say this: Caleb Williams. One of the questions that we wanted to talk about is Caleb Williams back in the discussion for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Absolutely.
I don't think he ever
Absolutely.
really left.
I don't think
was
he
just
left
down.
either.
I know his
just-
odds dropped down
Yeah.
a decent amount, but I mean,
Jaden was just putting up
Well, he's
godly
winning.
numbers
He's winning
and
games and
Right.
putting up the numbers. So he's obviously going to front list it, And now we don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr. will be there. Malik Neighbors is kind of on a question. So right now the quarterbacks are kind of taking the
which
reins.
is how it should.
and how it
How it
usually
should.
goes. I mean, I think the way with how those two are playing, there, it's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
It's gonna be basically depending on who's got the record at the end of the year, and then stats as well. But they're both playing phenomenal. Now,
I didn't get to talk to you guys about this. I don't think. I knew Jaquan was dinged when he made that hit.
that was a big hit.
I don't think anybody else realized it until the next day. I saw it. Like he was on the sideline doing this. The blinking of the eye. And I was like,
Oh, no.
Somebody's a little concussed.
and the bye week's gonna help to get him back in
Yeah.
time. Hopefully, I mean, he
Hey,
should.
Well, this
for a
defense
couple
is
weeks.
dinged up right now. A lot of guys are walking wounded, so hopefully this week will give them a chance to rest up and get back to normal because they all look rough.
It was nice to see Montez Sweat
Mhm.
doing his thing. Getting back to my original thing, I don't know what's going on in the mind of Trevor Lawrence. To me, there were 2 balls in that game specifically where I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's not Trevor Lawrence.
right.
Underthrew Calvin Ridley,
Not
on a-
Calvin Ridley.
or was it
Christian Kirk, I think
was it Christian Kirk?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
Like
Even
by
the-
5 yards.
And the week before, he even had or was it 2 weeks before he had DeMar Hamlin picked it off, and that was just awful.
I mean, that wasn't any easy interception that he had, but
His arm strength has gone
I think he's frustrated.
away.
I think that's what this is. I think it's a
you could tell
combination
he
of
was pressing.
Yeah,
the
it's a-
whole
it's-
game he was pressing.
it's a combination of frustration combined with he's getting smacked left and right, like no protection coming from Cam Robinson. Obviously, the loss of Taylor at the tackle position clearly affected that team a lot more than they want to let on. The receiving core looks. I have no problem with those guys because his stats, as far as his numbers go, he still plays an okay game, but where he executes poorly is when they get into that red zone area or when they cross the 50. All of a sudden, the Bears defense locked up and he couldn't complete a ball to save his life. Yeah. I mean, he should have had an easier. There were 2 easy passes he should have had to Gabriel Davis where he could have hit them across the middle. He had a lot more opportunities where he could have used Evan Ingram to get more yards after the catch with him to move them into position to score in the red zone with Bigsby. But for whatever reason, they didn't seem they want to really run the ball. They wanted to try and get it on the outside when it really wasn't open. Because Brian Thomas Jr. could have had another catch, but for some they were taking away the top. They can't get him over the top. What are they going to do?
Opening drive, Gabe Davis drops the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other one is you can't drop that pass either. You have to either throw it up in the chest or high up in the sky so we can reach for it.
When things go wrong for a team, they go wrong quickly. As far as Tank Bixby, which was my big worry for this game, was like he's obviously running with bad intentions right now.
And of course,
here comes Dearness Johnson out of nowhere. What's going on?
I completely forgot he was on the roster.
Yeah, but he's more their go-to pass guy, and at that point, you're down 28-3. You're doing nothing but passing, and you're running.
You have
you're
to try and
hurry
catch up
to try and catch up. So. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, you were wondering why they went away from the run game. I mean,
I understood it completely.
In a blink of an eye, you went from okay, it's 14-3. We can come back. Let's run our offense, and then boom, 21-3. You're like, okay.
Like, there just came a point where I was like, at least give him like a few more carries. Like, give him a chance to be able to say, okay, maybe they're leaning into the run because that might open up an opportunity for you to get the quick out, get a quick curl, get a slant out there where you can get some yards after the catch. Nothing, though. Like, Peterson was totally on, like, we got to throw this sucker. We got to get it going. And I get it. Again, you're like you said, you're down. But, man, you're not giving yourself a lot of opportunities because guess what they're going to do? They're going to play man-on-man, and they're going to play the zone coverage, and they're going to know exactly what you're doing. They know what you're looking for. They know what you're going to try and do, so why bother? That's the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to flip it back to the Bears just overall. I'm glad that this is honestly like a good time to have a bye.
This is their 5-star game.
Yeah, this was overall. This was great overall. And everyone's going back and forth. I hear some people like, is this everything in this division is going to be a must win now. So I'm glad they're getting this time now. Everything after this is going to be.
Well, you have nothing but division games.
Exactly.
Like from after the Commanders on.
Yeah,
right.
It's pretty much the conference and the division.
The Vikings are overachieving. You knew from the beginning the Packers and Lions.
Whoa.
The Vikings are overachieving.
No, they are not.
That's Kevin O'Connell being
being a really good coach. That is two elite wide receivers
duo in the NFL,
and they're about to get TJ Hawkinson back.
Yeah,
and
granted, I will give you this: they got probably 4 games coming that I don't think they're going to win. So
Aaron Jones is a dude if he's healthy.
The Bears have 3 more weeks after
the Vikings are overachieving
until they hit their first divisional game against the Packers. So they have Commanders, Cardinals, and Patriots. All close, winnable game. I mean, Patriots should be a winnable game. Cardinals. They haven't really looked all that great.
After what I saw yesterday, they better win that game.
They should. And then I think Commanders is going to be close.
Any good defense is going to shut down the Cardinals. You saw that yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't help losing Marvin.
Although I'm gonna throw a question on the Patriots because Drake May looks like he could be.
Drake May did look good yesterday.
Looks good. Yeah. He looks like he could be the answer to all the Patriots' problems because he made Demario Douglas look good. He got Keyshawn Booty a touchdown.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
he scored on Derek Stingley. That doesn't happen.
That's awesome.
That does not happen.
It was a beautiful pass. I'll give him credit where credit.
That was the narrative. That it was a 21 point. It was a 20-point loss, but it was a good 20-point loss.
Exactly. Yeah, right. It's a moral victory.
Yeah.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about another game that I think was a moral victory. Week 6 NFL. We continue talking about it here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com. Bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range 3. And it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. David W. Dykstra. I'm here with my boy Johnston, Tyler Buterbaugh, Pepe Valentine.
I guess I don't get my first name.
Andrew Valentine.
There you go.
Valentine.
Still not how you say my last name. But sure.
I say it right all the time.
Yes.
I just wanted to have a JC moment.
Valentine.
It's fine.
Valentine.
There you go.
Valenti.
Arthur, is your name Arthur? Nick? Mike? No, that's not my name. That's an old reference for everybody out there. So
Giuseppe? What?
Lady, we're not even close.
All right, time to dive into the rest of week 6 in the NFL. Some really, really, really good games. I want to start off with Ravens Commanders.
We should.
Andrew, what'd you get out of that game?
I got out of it that Lamar Jackson's playing himself back into contention with the Ravens and looking more and more like the passing quarterback we've always kind of been juxtaposed to kind of saying that he's not. He's looking like a better pocket passer, which I'm very impressed with. I love the fact that Todd Monken comes from Georgia, puts him in there, gets him in the play action, and works the moving pocket with him. And it's perfect because he's making strikes everywhere on the field now that he should be making. He should have been making a lot longer. And I mean, Jaden Daniels is still doing incredible things. He's clearly the leader on that team. He's the captain. He's got control. He's changing plays on the fly, and he's making plays with his arms, legs. It's basically looking at two guys who have the same skills taking on each other. Just one's got a better team over the other, essentially. But not by much, I would say, almost, at this point. Like, the Ravens are pretty banged up, too. And, I mean, Washington, they're just fighting for their lives.
That secondary needs help. That
they're getting it though, because Sanistro, the guy that got from Michigan, is stepped up big. That interception he had was clutch. That's presence of mind to see the ball pop out and be there to grab that ball and go.
It's been really fun to watch Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin figure it out.
Oh yeah, they're a duo.
Seeing them kind of grow and get that connection has been.
He just has to find another guy. That's it.
He might have one. I forgot that they got the other McCaffrey brother on that team.
They do.
Yeah.
They've got Luke. And they've got some Damani Brown, I think, is the other guy too. So they've got the receivers. They just got to get them in the action.
Well, I mean, it's year one for Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah,
so
right.
If they just had like John Dotson or something.
Something happened there.
Yeah.
Something happened there that Quinn didn't.
Maybe just
Dan
not his
Quinn,
guy.
Yeah, didn't like.
Or maybe Cliff
I
didn't
mean,
like
hell,
him.
he's not really doing much with the Philly right
he's
now.
like number 4 or 5 on the depth.
So I mean, I guess it wasn't. That to me, Jahan Dotson, he seemed like a guy that had a high ceiling early into the year, but I mean, he wasn't able to get there.
He also might be that wide receiver that takes a couple years to figure
Yeah.
it out and then goes
possible.
Come out of
hello,
nowhere.
look,
Yeah.
my name's Jahan Dotson.
Well, the problem is that I see he's on the Eagles, and everybody's saying, well, the Eagles are going to need a wide receiver, and yet everybody, all the drafting, mock drafts have him taking a wide receiver, which I'm like, so why did you trade for the guy? That's what I'm just not understanding. What to do with the 5th year?
They might release him. It wouldn't be that big of a hit.
But Washington looks like they're in a good spot.
To me,
They're
fine.
looking good.
They look the best out of any team in that NFC East. I'll tell you that much.
That's not saying much.
Do they all just bully Luke and be like, "Why are you like your brother? Why are you like your brother? Be like your brother."
It's got
we got the wrong McCaffrey.
You got to be in that McCaffrey family. Even his father's got to even have that.
One of the things that I got out of this game, we were all wrong about Derrick Henry.
No joke. We were all like,
We were wrong.
20. He's going to be used from the 20 in constantly, not as a workhorse.
All the ageists are eating it.
I'll
He's
take
built
it back.
different.
I've told my friends
I'm wrong.
I didn't think
I'm wrong.
And I'll be very honest with you. I did not think we would ever see another Adrian Peterson.
No,
Ever.
Well, but even here, I will say this though: would he have been this same guy had he been in Dallas?
No.
That's the one
No.
thing that I've heard from people is that, oh well, Dallas has Zach Martin and all. And it's like, but that's a totally
No,
different
they're-
setup, and
they're
that's
a
a different
dumpster
offense.
fire.
Yeah, it's
he
a
would
totally
consider
different
hanging
thing.
up if he went to Dallas.
It would
He'd be beat up.
nonsense. Yeah, because he would be the whole offense. Here, he doesn't have to worry about. He's certainly taking the carries, but not as much as he used to in Tennessee. He was taking
I
40
highly
carries a
doubt
game.
Derrick Henry's not going to see a 40-point shellacking this year. I think that the Cowboys will most likely see that again before Derrick Henry sees it once.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh. And they're on a tear. They're four straight wins after starting off 0-2. They're probably the most red hot right now.
They're most because that's what he does.
And he might, but he's got to prove it.
Yeah.
And he's got to prove it soon because contracts are coming up here soon and they're going to be in a bit of a cap hell. So do or die is coming up soon.
I'm a GM.
Moving forward,
Yes.
Justin Fields stops the 2-game losing streak for the Pittsburgh Steelers, beating the Las Vegas Raiders 32-13. And I know of at least one person that was very sad to see this happen I can think of 2 people that were very sad to see this happen. By the way, this was a home game for the Raiders. It was 60-40 Steelers fans.
Oh, yeah. There was a Steelers fans
they
showed out.
I could imagine all the terrible towels out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll
They
say
show up anywhere.
I'll say this: there were 2 people that I can honestly say that were very upset about.
If the
this.
Steelers were playing in a dark alley, I'm sure you'd still see a couple terrible towels, just like
one being Cody Decker because he's a Raiders fan,
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry, Cody.
and then the other person was on the sidelines going, "No, Justin, what are you doing? Don't play good."
Well,
As in, I'm ready to play. I'm good to go. I'm 100%. Russell Wilson.
I mean, he played like Justin Fields. I don't know if I can say he played good.
Efficient.
Yeah, that's
14 and 24.
Yeah,
it was well
No
balanced.
turnovers.
No, well balanced.
They said this was the first time. First time of running someone besides Justin Fields has scored a rushing touchdown this year for the Steelers, and that was Najee Harris.
Najee looked beast mode yesterday.
Yeah, of course
he did good for me on my fantasy.
I was playing against him, so yeah.
He did good for me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously, well-balanced game from Justin Fields. I mean, he's obviously looking a lot better this year than the previous couple of years. And the best part about this is that he just keeps starting, and that 6th or 7th round draft pick will turn into a 4th.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
The one thing that I will say right now,
Keep playing, Justin. Keep eating sandwiches there, Russell Wilson.
I'll say this: the one thing that I was surprised about when it comes to this game is that Davante Adams did not get traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's not going to happen
after the game. I don't know what's going on. They don't want him there.
The report is that he said he might stay now.
Yeah,
yeah, because Aiden O'Connell's now the quarterback there instead of Gardner Minshew.
I mean, even still, I don't know if the Steelers are going to be willing to give up the draft capital to get him.
They want a 2.
But even still, that's going to, you know how much money they're going to have to put on their books then? Like, that's going to put them over the cap.
Who
they're
else are they paying?
They're paying Minka Fitzpatrick. They're paying TJ Watt. They're paying Cameron Hayward. They're paying they're paying pretty much their whole defense. Patrick Queen. I mean,
I think
you go down the list.
Bill Belichick in some interview, he kind of spelled it out. Like, yeah, it's basically not worth it. It was the summary.
Yeah.
It was the summary of what
they have like $12 million in cap right now to work with.
I think for the Steelers, it would work.
If they are trying to if they're trying to make that jump to get more than past just the first round of the playoffs,
sure,
then yeah, you need to do that. But I mean, again, Davante Adams, he's hitting the older side of wide receivers. So.
And does he want to go to Pittsburgh? That's the other thing too. Like, you know, as much as we sit here and say, well, I'm not disagreeing. Like, Pittsburgh's a great situation to go to if I were Davante Adams. But you ask the players, like, well, do you want to Pittsburgh? They might be winning, but you know, he also wants to make sure to see the ball. And I mean, as much as Justin's been throwing the ball, yes, but how many times is that going to happen? Because if he has more 150-yard games, is Davante going to be happy?
Here's the question you got to ask: if he goes to Pittsburgh, who you double teaming?
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, between him and George Pickens, that's a good 1-2
and Freiermuth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know if he's like, yeah, I'll go there. Like, that's the thing.
Think we don't know. I think that was one of the teams that was on his list of he'd be interested to be traded to. Maybe. It's surprising to me that the trigger wasn't pulled. I heard that Pittsburgh was very, very interested as of yesterday.
I mean, we had all heard about the Jets, obviously, but that's out the door now.
Why? New head coach Aaron Rodgers should be doing all he can to make sure that they trade for
Woody Johnson. You're such a terrible and you know it. You don't care about football. You care about money.
If Davante wants to get that good high loss, it's good.
New York, like seriously, like what, like that whole letter, that whole little thing from.
I'm telling you right now,
Dobbs seems to be like a favorite.
Dobbs looked so unhappy, and he scored 2 touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah.
He looked miserable.
Oh yeah,
handed the ball to the ref.
No Lambeau leap. Oh.
I'm off a suspension that was apparently self-inflicted by his own regard. So who knows? He might just be like in that mode of just like, yeah, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm going to show everybody. Like, he might just be in that mode. Who knows?
Well, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, at least he didn't do a gun celebration. Everyone does that now.
You shouldn't do that, but because it's Dylan Stewart who did it, who's a behemoth of a freshman, it's still kind of cool. Because that dude is better than
stand over him and
yes, he shouldn't do that. Don't do that.
That is insane.
But it's still, in a way, a little awesome because that kid is going to be, when he hits a junior, He's only a freshman. When he gets junior year, he's
Who's
going to
he
be
play
a
for again?
monster. South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
It was that
He's
scene
better
from
than just
Predator
David
when
Clowney.
they all pull out their guns and start shooting at the gun. And it was like when a DB gets an interception.
Somebody did post the gif of Jesse Ventura with the minigun in his hand, just spraying it. Dylan Stewart just. I don't mean to be insensitive. I apologize. I don't mean to be insensitive. It's just it's very.
Well,
don't do high school kids. Please don't do that.
Yeah,
It's
let's-
wrong. Please don't.
let's move forward, and just like our Bears boys
Bears
feel like the Bears had their first like complete
Yeah,
game.
you.
I want to say the Falcons had their first complete game. This is what I want to see statistically from the Atlanta Falcons. 225 from Kurt, 19 of 30. I love it. No interceptions, 1 touchdown, and then you got Algier and Robinson combining for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yes, please.
That's what it should be. That's a Falcons game right there.
I just don't understand why it took them this long to utilize both of them, because Algier is not a bad running back. You need to get Bijan your first round.
You do it the same way that every other team in the NFL does it. Whoever's got the hot hand in a certain game, that's who you ride with. Trust me. I watched it in the Penn State USC game on Saturday. It was painful to watch at times, but I watched it that day too. I love this. This was, to me, the most well-rounded victory for them. They looked solid. They looked good. Yes, it was the Carolina Panthers. I understand that. But it's the Andy Dalton Carolina Panthers, not the Bryce Young Carolina Panthers. There's a difference. No difference. The defense.
No, they score more points.
They do score more points, but once again, this is the Atlanta Falcons defense, which still has not developed a pass rush, even with Judon there.
Matthew Judon's kind of just disappeared into the mix right now, so but their secondary is playing lights out.
I bet you if you gave him a contract extension, his ass would be in that back.
Oh, the same could be said for the Jets with Hassan Reddick. So,
well, that's why he went out and got Drew Rosenhausen.
Well, just
get me a deal done or get me out of here.
Back weeks of utilizing Kyle Pitts, and that's nice.
That's I think the biggest thing is you're getting that tight end finally in the mix, which you should have been doing
years ago.
Screw you, Arthur Smith.
Years ago, absolutely.
Screw you, Arthur Smith.
That's why I'm surprised Freiermuth's being used so much, because Arthur Smith's over there.
You've got Freiermuth and Pickens.
Yeah.
Freiermuth gives you the blocking.
Roman Wilson's a rookie who's coming off of an injury. Freiermuth's that dude.
They've been like load managing George Pickens as of late too.
Yeah.
So
he's nicked up.
Yeah, that's true.
If Justin Fields wasn't like 2 yards over the line of scrimmage, Pat Freiermuth would have had a touchdown yesterday. That was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching. I'm like, wait, was he over the line? Like, then sure enough, he's like basically in the end zone throwing it.
Just tipped it right.
And then real quick, we've got to get to the speedy Joe Burrow. And what he did.
White lightning.
White Blanco.
Adrenaline in his soul, right?
I mean, when you're running for your life,
Do you think? I think that it was a good choice. There was nobody on the right side of the football field at all.
The last time Joe Burrow had a rushing touchdown for 20 or more yards was in like 2019 in college.
Yeah, LSU
was wild.
I mean, he only did it because he could. I mean, that's the thing.
40. What was it? 47?
Yeah.
Holy hell!
Yeah.
And didn't get touched until he got exactly to
the pylon.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with what I saw from him as far as just quarterbacking the team. I mean, the passing wise, you can criticize them, of course, but I thought he did a great job as far as decision making goes, and the defense was really kind of the story of this one.
He really controlled the game, better in this one than they have in the past few weeks.
He ran over 50 yards and he didn't trip on the sideline or whatever it is that
the
turf,
Danny Dimes
of all people that he's playing against. Yeah, it would be Daniel Jones that he gets a big run against. Yeah,
that moment where you just trip over nothing.
I would just say, like, for the Bengals, it's a nice look, but like he said too, again, ugly win, but they get the W.
Yeah,
but they got to get better. I mean, it's clear they've got to continue to grow and get better and better.
I mean, at least they're on a 3-game winning streak now.
2 games.
2 games. So
2 games. So.
I mean, that's promising to see that they're starting to get it back after
they still don't. Don't look cohesive.
No,
they don't.
There's something missing, and I think a lot of that's just due to the fact that they've got 2 receivers that are asking for money, and neither one of them are getting paid. And that goes on Mike Brown, the owner, which is for some reason
the cheapest owner in all the NFL.
Yeah, seriously, this is the year of like the owner. Like we've got Woody Johnson from the Jets screwing things up. You got Mike Brown not paying anybody, and then you got Jerry Jones crying over there in Dallas as his team gets shellacked on Sunday night.
Mike McCarthy's job is safe. Safe, I tell you.
It?
And I can't think of the Browns the Browns GM owner, but they keep letting Deshaun Watson play out there.
Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah.
You can't convince me otherwise when Stefanski, who just came out on Twitter, I saw everybody posting it saying, we're going with Deshaun Watson because you give us the best. Baloney, you said that. No. That is the owner saying you have to say it. There's no one else giving that demand.
Just let Jameis Winston eat a dub.
Let me say this. I was watching, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I was watching NFL Countdown yesterday, and really? Rex Ryan really did have a really good thought process on this really quick.
For the Browns.
Okay. So if the owner wants you to start him.
Right.
But if he continues to struggle, it gets into the second quarter. Yankees has him put Jameis in.
Yeah.
What's the owner going to do?
Yeah.
What's the owner going to do at that point?
True. It's very true.
There's no progress being shown from Deshaun Watson.
Start him absolutely every single game because that's what the owner wants. But the moment he starts to struggle, hey, Jameis, go start warming up.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
I mean,
the only thing
I think Jameis would at least bring some life to that team.
Well, somebody has to.
I mean, we've talked about it too, that the teammates don't like him. They don't like Deshaun Watson at all.
No.
And they're not playing for him.
Nobody likes Deshaun Watson. The fans don't like him.
And Jameis Winston is a lovable dude. Everyone loves the guy. You gotta put him in. It's gonna change. It's gonna change the whole vibe in the culture.
Yeah, Cleveland would love to eat a W finally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for the NFL talk.
Joe Flacco getting another win is insane. Sorry.
He's timeless.
That's old. That's just fair.
That's just jump on the Wacko Flacco train.
Can you win comeback player of the year again?
Anthony Richardson.
Not as long as, although the AP came out again this week and said Sam Darnold wasn't eligible.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Bonkers.
When we come back, it's postseason Major League Baseball talk. Woo! Stupid Phillies. Well, here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
From I have a dream. To yes, we can. Celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that. Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
The quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
What was the name of that song that started off? You're still my girlfriend.
Steal My Sunshine.
There you go.
You mean the one that for years I thought that they were a couple that were doing a music song, and then I found out that they were actually brother and sister?
Oh, it was the
Stripes?
No, that was the reverse of that.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they were brother and sister, and they were actually married.
Yeah, that's a weird music video. I'm sorry, when you find that out, no brother and sister should be holding each other like that. It just shouldn't be happening.
Sweet home Alabama.
We could talk about that and off the rails. We can definitely.
We do not have to.
When we last talked to you, the ALDS and NLDS were still amongst things that were being figured out.
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani does Shohei Ohtani things, and in his
he
first
does.
at bat, in his first postseason game, just goes yard.
I mean, he's been storing that one up for a while. He's like, I'm finally here.
That was a big middle finger to the Angels.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
You could have had this, you sons of bitches.
What do you think is going to happen when Mike Trout finally gets back into the playoffs?
Oh, you mean when the Phillies trade for him? Because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen because that's what the Phillies do.
All right, relax.
God damn it.
It's all coming out now.
Yeah.
It's all coming out.
Easy. That's where I was when I got hot and heavy. That's where I was. I think it's the seat. Something in that
something
little,
about it.
It's the vibes.
You had it with Swisher. Now he's having it with Philly.
I just listen. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That was one of the hardest series to watch I think I've ever watched. Because I don't get animated very often. Tyler can attest to this. We watched many things together.
Saturday was that Penn State USC game.
I'll tell you what. Kate looked at me and goes, "David."
It's a good thing our studio's soundproof because he was screaming.
I was
like, damn. And I'm like, well, no one can hear us.
Of course.
But yeah,
all-star roster in the Phillies, power of friendship in the Mets. I mean, it was.
That's very
you know
true.
what? You know what it is?
Very, very true.
You know what it is? And if I ever see him in person, I'm going to punch him straight in his face. Screw you, Grimace. All right? Screw you.
Power of the shake.
Yeah.
We'll never drink another milkshake from.
Boy.
You've had one of those? The Grimace shake?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Dead. Remember?
Yeah, everyone's dying from them.
Things look disgusting.
It's almost as bad as the Wednesday Whopper.
No, it's the Adams Day Whopper.
Oh, Adams Day Whopper.
Where it's-
Excuse me.
Just get a Krabby Patty at Wendy's and call it a day.
I'm so scared of the sauce that's on that thing. I do not know.
I'm not a Wendy's guy.
I don't know. I don't.
Really?
I went to Wendy's.
I love
I went to
Wendy's.
Wendy's on Saturday.
I'm not a
Saturday, I
Wendy's.
went to Wendy's.
In fairness, though,
Double stacks.
It's
I'll,
probably-
I'll do a double
You can't
stack
beat
all
the
day,
biggie
every
bag.
day.
Are we doing off the rails?
No.
Dude, well, now I'm hungry.
I have a reason, though, for not liking Wendy's, and it goes back from my mother eating too much Wendy's when she was pregnant with me. So that's my thing for Wendy's. Thanks, Mom.
I'll do your Wendy's.
Yeah. I'm like, not another square burger, Mom. Come on.
I don't like the Whopper.
Exactly.
Or the
No quiero Wendy's.
No.
I was speaking Spanish.
Dodgers take game one last night in convincing fashion. 9-0. Oh my God, Mets.
Bad
It's
start
poor,
from Senga.
poor Frank the
Don't
Tank.
start Senga.
Yeah,
that
Senga just seems like he has maybe the yips, or just whenever there's a pressure situation, you just can't handle it. He just immediately gives up.
Only when an inning in a third.
Well, he
Yeah.
walks 4 guys. I mean, like,
You can't do that to that roster.
No.
Anyone at any time's going to kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, when Kike Hernandez is like the
Stop.
is like the star.
Cody Decker called him a Dodger icon moving forward.
Damn right he is.
He basically is.
He should be in the.
Yeah, well, I mean, when
It's the only guy I got to root for nowadays.
when Kike Hernandez becomes the man, or like Max Muncy is the dude, like it's just that can happen when that roster's stacked and they're just giving you free bases.
Well, and then
Can't do that.
Flaherty goes out and goes,
Oh,
hold my beer.
and a gem.
Yeah. 7 innings, 2 hits.
I mean,
no earned runs, 6
Has
Ks.
that Dodger bullpen given up anything? Because I was looking at it on the game.
No,
Well,
they've been a
that's-
saving
that's
grace for that team.
Michael Kopech is.
That's what we were talking about
Yeah.
going into game 5 of that NLDS. Like, why wouldn't you just throw that bullpen back out there after the day before when they were like, and Padres were like, what's going on?
That's my biggest thing about Kopech. It's just kind of really shows about like the typical organization being ran, and I thought he was used goods towards his end with Chicago, but you bring him to LA.
Imagine, surprise! Look
the
look
very-
what a great pitching coach
The
does for
little
you.
cynical part of me is waiting for him to get blown out, though.
It's bound to happen. But this is what happens.
I hate everything that has to do with Jerry Reinsdorf right now. You all will die.
And him leaving the White Sox organization doesn't make or break the White Sox. Like, he's not.
Right,
He
no.
wouldn't have added another win or whatever. But
Yeah,
it's just,
but if he continues to pitch like this, the Dodgers might actually look at him as a starting
Well,
pitcher.
and this is the thing. You're not asking him
and
to
they
be a
could need it,
starter.
honestly.
Yeah, you're not asking him to be a starter. You're asking him to be a reliever, which takes a lot of pressure off of him. And when you got an offensive lineup like they do, you don't have to
It
worry
takes
too much.
pressure off
even more
immediately.
like your shoulders are more relaxed. You don't have to worry now. Now you're just like, all right, I'll throw fastballs, a couple of change.
I'm down 3.
Call it in.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, we're fine. We'll be up by 6 here by the time I'm done. So it's okay. It's good. But that bullpen's saving the Dodgers because that, other than Flaherty, that rotation does not do anything for me.
No,
Like, that's not a scary rotation.
Well, and it is what's his name? Clayton Kershaw, even on the
No, he's
postseason. He'll be on the World Series, I'm assuming.
I'm
with it being
I'm sure
7
he will.
games.
I'm sure he'll be.
Yeah.
a part
Well,
of
this
it.
is 7 games too,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
7.
7 games.
I
But
would be
No, yeah, okay, yes. it is,
Clayton
yeah.
Kershaw not on the
that I can.
the list. That'd be shocking if he's not.
If he's not, I'd be.
I would be surprised if he's not. Well, we talked about it tonight. Game 2, Dodgers Mets. You got Brasler, correct? And Mania.
Yeah, Brasserman. I think this is where, looking at this one, I think it's
Mets might sneaky.
Mets. I like Manea. I've always liked Manea as a pitcher.
Kershaw's not on the roster.
Yeah, he's not on the roster at all.
Crazy.
Yamamoto, Flaherty, Bueller, and Landon Knack.
Oh
are
yeah. By the way,
starters.
I also not only a shout out to Shohei for the home run in his first plate appearance, but shout out to Shohei going into Game 5 and looking at his manager and his owner and going, "Pitch Yamamoto." And look, I'm dead serious. I was like, "Oh, they better be like just going." Because Shohei went up to Yamamoto. "You screw this up for me, I'm gonna hurt you."
Oh, of course.
I'll make one bet and you're out of here.
I'll give you
That's good.
I'll give you a wrestling one. I chop it a penis.
Oh no!
God.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
But that being said,
Yeah.
I do give the advantage to the Mets tonight. I would expect Lindor and
come with some
Alfonso
fire.
to be a little more present in this
Yeah.
game.
But like Nick said though too, with this roster, any of those like average dudes like Gavin Lux and Max Muncy can emerge out of nowhere and be the star, and that's the worrisome for the Dodgers. It's not worrying about these stars. You know those guys will play. It's everybody else that you don't think of that can emerge.
Yeah,
that's what I would be worried about. But I still like this matchup. I still like this matchup in favor for the Mets, at least going for this one.
And then we've got game 1 of the ALCS.
Can you just the game 5 of the ALDS at noon?
Yeah,
come on. That I know there's probably some sort of scheduling issue.
No, it was changed last minute the day before.
Okay,
because of weather that was rolling into.
I figured it was something I was missing.
The effects
I was
of the
just sitting there
hurricane
like,
affecting
stupid.
the weather.
You know what? I got laughed at for saying that the other day, and I was like, no, seriously. It was the
hurricanes pushing
Why
the weather.
do you think we have
go
cold
nuts.
weather here?
Yeah, right.
Like it was like
I knew I was missing something, but I mean,
Oh yeah, it was scheduled. It was scheduled for a
bonkers.
7 p.m. first pitch.
Okay, that makes more
And
sense.
it got moved up, and game. By the way.
Oh yeah.
What
Absolutely.
an absolute game. We had the bets to it and off the rails, but I have something to say to you.
Okay.
But that being said, we took the alternate under of 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings.
Okay.
Oh.
Bottom of the 5th, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
1-0 Detroit.
You're so close.
Bases are loaded. One out. I'm like, okay, if he gives one up, we're still good.
It got mushed in my group chat too. Don't worry. Somebody texted right before he goes, "This under's getting great."
Cody Decker, it'd be great here, a home run.
Did he really say that? Don't play with the baseball gods, man.
I was in the middle of my update, and then they scored the 1 run. And so I was like, all right, it's tied 1-1. As soon as I walked out, they're like, oh, it's 5-1 now. I'm like, what the hell?
Thomas, baby.
Skubal had such unbelievable command for 4 2/3 innings and just lost it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Hit batter, 2 hit batters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Josh Naylor and I are going to have a conversation too, and off the rails.
But shout out to the Tigers for an unbelievable run.
That's AJ.
I was rooting for them so hard.
Hey, White Sox fans, you could have that.
Yeah.
Everybody's been
Had it
talking
for a
about
day.
that. Yeah.
Had it for a day.
Yeah.
What a day.
I agree.
What a day.
I might go to Detroit instead, actually.
Yeah, when you're picking Detroit over Chicago, that's a rough.
That says a lot.
Jason
That's a
Benetti
rough
did.
one.
Yeah, that's true.
This is true.
By the way, Jason Benetti, anytime you want to come on bet for the cycle, feel free.
Yeah. Or anytime you want to have lunch and just hang out, like we just be
just
friends.
pick your change.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like we just, I got cool
Pick
stuff.
your mind.
We'd love
Chill.
to talk
Love
to
to hear
you.
it.
There you go.
Lunch on you, though.
Which
Got
leads
the
us
money.
You get good money.
which leads us to tonight, game 1, Yankees Guardians. This Yankees pitching staff better than the Guardians by leaps and bounds. The lineup better than the Guardians by leaps and bounds. The only place that the Guardians have the advantage is in the bullpen.
Yeah.
That bullpen is nasty.
If you give Emmanuel Clase a 2-run lead, it's basically a win.
Yeah. Although,
remind me of that one too, because I kudos to Class A. I like what he did in Game 5.
I gotta say, Cobb versus Rodon is not.
It's not a pretty matchup.
Rodon is whatever. Like, he's more protected by the fact that the Yankees have to bomb home runs.
Rodon will go out there and pitch a gem tonight. I just have that feeling.
I can't fall.
I'll be playing the under.
I can't. Yeah.
I will definitely be playing the under.
I don't know. I think this Cleveland team, I think there's some magic in them. They've done.
Can I
and
say
Quan is always on
Quan's
point
a
with
freak of nature.
He's a bat with sticking out of his chest, and he just swings it.
Can I say something very funny?
Sure. I'm ready to laugh.
Did you heard Aaron Boone's comment about Ramirez.
Oh yeah.
That if people keep calling him underrated, was it?
I'm gonna have to pull my
I'm gonna have to pull my arms off and throw them at the TV.
Yeah, something like that.
How are you gonna throw your arms at the TV with no arms?
Such
bro?
a weird. How are you gonna pull your arms off too? By the way, like
he's just gonna kick it.
He's not wrong though.
Kick his
Like
legs
I don't know
over
why
the
everybody
TV.
says Ramirez is underrated. Like he's rated as one of the top baseball
properly
players.
rated.
Yes, he's one of the top 10 players in baseball.
Yeah.
Proper.
He's like a what's the best? I would call him like a David Ortiz type of dude. Like he's chubby,
Manny
he's not
Ramirez?
built well.
But
Yeah,
he steals bases though.
but yeah, he's so fast and quick, and he's got power, and he can hit,
Yeah.
and he's got an arm, and he can punch. I mean, have you seen his right hook? He's incredible.
Yeah.
Tim certainly has.
Oh, Timmy.
Tim Anderson was never the same.
Tim's not on this roster, right?
I might be
Super
ignorant.
Tim.
I know the Guardians will probably get one at home, but if the Yankees don't take 4-0, like
They
what are we
should
doing here?
clean house.
Yeah,
It should
Like
be.
they should. If they
Should be a
don't,
clean sweep
something
from
went
top to
wrong.
bottom.
Okay, so let's go around the horn real quick. Do you just want to do game ones, or do you want to predict the series? I'll let you guys decide.
If if game one, I'm going to take Yankees. I'll take the series 4-1 for the Yankees.
Okay, what about the other one?
Dodgers, Mets. I go Dodgers. I go Dodgers in 6.
Okay.
I go Yankees tonight. I think I like Yankees in 5. I think Guardians could slip out a win. And then for Mets and Dodgers, I think Mets tonight, but I think Dodgers will come out of the series in 5.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say Cleveland in 7.
Oh,
and I'm gonna say Mets in 6.
wow.
You want the New York City to burn.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Honestly, though,
That
it
would be cool. If you want New York to burn, it would be Mets Yankees.
That's the other thing. I mean, if I want to go more realistic with it, I'd say Yankees in 5, but Mets in 6. I will say, I feel confident with that.
I was gonna go Mets in 7.
Okay, I like that too.
Mets in 7, Yankees.
I just don't like them in Game 7. That's the only thing.
Mets in 7, Yankees in 6.
Yeah.
Frank the Tank will have a heart attack either way.
Yeah,
If it's New York versus New York, he's going insane.
Oh, and
They're going bonkers.
I watched the 30 for 30 the other day.
Oh yeah,
about the Bronx with my third cousin.
He won't
She's
have any
completely gone.
Frank won't have any teeth left chewing on whatever.
All right, when we come back, we talk about the crazy Saturday evening afternoon slate in college football here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports. Longtime fan, sports is like life. SportsTownChicago.com.
What's up, Chicago? If you're ever, and I mean ever, out looking for good urban food 24/7, come down to White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. White Palace Grill is open 365 days a year since 1939. I personally love the steak and egg dinner, but whether you like burgers for breakfast, steak for lunch, or French toast for dinner, White Palace is the place for you. The diner is a 24-hour urban oasis. Come now, come later. Hey, come now and later. We never close at White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. Visit us at whitepalace.com or order with Uber Eats or Grubhub anytime, any day.
Daddy, when you look at me, I could see your wheels turning. About what am I going to be when I grow up? A major league first baseman? Maybe a point guard for a national champion.
The odds of a child becoming a professional athlete are 1 in 16,000. Far-fetched? Maybe. But did you know the odds of a child being diagnosed with autism are 1 in 166? That's right, 1 in 166. To learn the signs of autism, go to autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Go to Lux Barbershop for the best barbers and stylists in Plainfield, Illinois. I go there when I have an important event, date, or I just want to look good. The straight razor shave will have you looking fresh and smooth. Lux Barbershop is open 7 days a week. Go to Lux Barbershop for the finest barbers, stylists, braiders, and massage therapists in the southern suburbs. Check out all their daily deals on Facebook, Instagram, and luxbarbershop.com.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
High school sports is here, and SportsTownChicago.com, we are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsTownChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsTownChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
Who is that knocking at my door? Who? Welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. It's me, it's Double D, and I'm here with my boys.
Oh, yeah. No gimmicks. Nick Johnston.
Tyler Butterball, Beaterball.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
What?
We're doing this again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure.
We need to know. The people need to know.
All right, I'm just making sure. It's just we've never done this before.
Check us out on all our socials at Blow T Whistle 1. That's BLOWT WHISTLE1. Facebook, Twitter, Insta. We have been. Should we do the announcement and off the rails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
we'll
can do
the
that.
announcement and off the rails. We've got a surprise, little tease for you. We got a surprise
That's
coming
a
for
tease.
everybody. And off the rails, pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And all I'm gonna say is something will be on my feet in hopefully 2 weeks, and I will be very excited to sport them.
There might be two things on your feet.
Yeah, two things on my feet. I don't know if I'll do the other one. I'm not a big. Well, we'll get into it.
Don't spoil it.
Morning games. You had one that made people's behinds pucker a little bit, but South Carolina ends up doing South Carolina things and blowing it.
Yeah.
Although Bama almost blew it even on that last play.
Yeah.
The onside kick.
No, I'm talking about the interception from Damani Jackson.
Oh, where he tried to run
where
it?
he goes into the end zone, and then all of a sudden Malachi Moore's like, "Get out of the end zone! You're gonna get a 2-point conversion. Get out of the end zone!" And he's like, "Oh, go for the sideline. Yes, go for the sideline. Don't tie the ball game."
That would have been hilarious.
That onside kick,
so good.
That onside kick was one of the weirdest onside kicks I've ever seen. Too. It squirted out of so many arms. So many arms.
I got it. Guys, don't put baby oil on before
That's
the game.
where Chris Berman popped into my head. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Diddy was the ball boy.
Oh.
Topical.
Yuck.
Ew.
But then,
funny enough, he's got a kid playing in college.
Then we have the afternoon slate, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy,
did not disappoint.
Did it not disappoint? And the evening slate, amazing games.
I mean, Friday you got that started with the upset too. So
yeah, Friday had a matchup as well.
Arizona State
beating Utah.
Hey, without Cam Rising, Utah's
okay. All right.
At least to me.
Wow.
He played.
Should we tell them about what?
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Cam Rising's coming back for his 20th season.
They're looking into him coming back for his 8th year.
Well, he did.
Just call it, dude.
Maybe the Packers will pick him up.
I mean, they do
Cam
like their
Rising-
old
They like their
quarterbacks.
veteran college football
played.
players.
Did he play?
Yeah, Rising played.
He had 3
played.
interceptions.
He's just playing late right now.
Now
that's
he's
all.
out with a leg injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
He's out indefinitely. So
Yikes.
I mean, he's fallen off. He had 3 interceptions in that game. So
Well, when you don't play for 2 years, it happens.
just be an accountant, dude.
So he's Cam not rising.
Listen.
You're on an awful roll right now.
Get out. That's not even
Here's
good.
here's the problem. You know,
You have to earn your
His-
you're gonna have to earn your way back in, son.
his seven
was a tough
wives are gonna have to really make him get.
He does have that preacher look to himself, I will say. Like,
He's
got that.
John Smith has been good to me.
Yes.
Let's start with the big one over the weekend. Number 3, Oregon defeats number 2, Ohio State, 32-31. Down go the Buckeyes. Down go the Buckeyes. Down go the Buckeyes. Oh, by the way, I finally got to ask Ryan Porth if anybody's ever said that he looks like Ryan Day.
Really? What'd he say?
He goes, yes, they have.
He asked where Lou Holtz was. I'm sorry. No, I'm out with you now.
we're in the purgatory.
Timeout.
But no, great win by Oregon. I mean, this is what they needed because they had a rough start from the beginning, just with some easy. I mean, they're undefeated, but like some wins that they should have blown out.
I think they figured out their identity, and they also
Dylan Gabriel's looking like a Heisman contender now.
Kind of figured out that that Ohio State defense may not be as good as everybody seemed to thought it was.
Well, here's the thing. Will Howard found out that I bet on OSU to win the game. So he decided that with no time left, I'm going to go ahead and slide and make sure that they lose
You aren't the only one that bet on Ohio State.
In defense of what I saw from this game, both defenses looked very average against one another. Both quarterbacks actually showed up and played really well in this game, too. It was a great back and forth, but at the end of the day,
Will Howard doesn't know how to count down from 10.
Well, this is where
internal clock.
Having a guy who's starting there for his first year in a big moment like this, pass rush is coming in. Yeah. You get scared in that moment. What are you going to do? You're going to take off and run. That's lack of awareness. That's something that you need.
You need dumb jock. You just got one Mississippi, two Mississippi. You just get down.
You also got to blame Ryan Day for not knowing the rules that the clock keep running and then wasting.
That's Dan Lanning being a freaking genius.
Yeah, that's situational awareness on a coach that shows that one's better than the other.
Yeah,
clearly.
This show that Dan Lanning is top tier in coaching.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This has put him above and beyond.
Rather take 4-yard or 5-yard penalty and have some timer off the clock.
Yeah,
hell yeah, baby.
It's a smart move to make.
Vrabel did it to Belichick.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Belichick got all mad about it. What are you getting mad about? You did it to everybody else.
You got outcoached.
I'm just doing what you taught me to do, Dad. But overall, this game, to me, I still think Ohio State's the better team out of this, but Oregon played the better game. That's how I come out of this with, is that these are two teams that have a chance to go to the national championship. I still think Ohio State's better, but obviously Oregon played a much better game plan. And Evan Stewart, of all people, showing up.
I mean, if Dylan Gabriel keeps it up like this, Oregon's the better team, in my opinion. I mean, Ohio State.
Fair. Yeah, that's totally
Ohio
fair.
State, they're damn good too.
Yeah.
I knew at some point it was gonna catch up to them.
They met one of the behemoths and they got punched in the mouth and they didn't know how to react right
And
away.
between the two, if you weigh it in, like we just talked about coaching, Dan Lanning, much better coach than Ryan Day.
I mean, Ryan Day's trying to be Urban Meyer, but he's not Urban Meyer. He needs to be Ryan Day. And that's what I think is killing him. You're trying to copy your predecessor and it's not working.
Brought Chip Kelly in as your OC.
It worked though. Their offense was good.
Bring in the big guns.
Their offense brought it. They just, at the end of the game, their quarterback just whiffed. Simple as that.
Yeah, that was
Jeremiah Smith is still a monster, folks. Get it through.
He's still a beast.
Stop doubting his greatness.
There might be 2 freshman phenoms that are playing.
There's like 6 of them.
Nah,
there's like 6 freshmen across all of college that are going nuts.
Yeah, I mean not just wide receiver, but
across like Colin Simmons and Ryan Wingo in Texas are going crazy.
Yeah,
Ryan Williams in Bama's going nuts. Dylan Stewart at South Carolina. Why are freshmen looking like men at 18 years old?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I get those genes?
Quinn yours definitely said, I have a wide receiver.
Evolution stinks.
Texas defeats Oklahoma in a no doubter of a game, 34.
Oklahoma can't play football.
They were starting a true freshman. I'll give them that.
Yeah, that's their fault.
The wed wivel wivel.
You know what? In fairness, that's probably what it should be dubbed right now because Texas looks like they're going to be owning that thing long time.
Yeah.
Well, and then they've got their 5-star, and then they've got like another kid who's like verbally to the school. So Texas is not in a bad spot
for a while.
Yeah, they're good.
The number one overall wide receiver goes, I think I'm going to go play with Arch in Texas.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not?
I forgot who it was, but someone on Oklahoma came in with the Texas logo down on his chain. So you bought like a $10,000 necklace just to lose.
One of their line
probably borrowed it.
One of their
Probably
linebackers
didn't buy
had
it.
it. Yeah, and
had
it flipped upside down, and everyone was like, "Okay, game on."
Probably hit up someone from the Sanders.
Regardless, you're wearing your opponent's logo on your chest.
Although I will say,
I gotta have that with you.
I will say, former Sooner Baker Mayfield may have had the last laugh because they did put Baker's jersey out on the 50 and planted the Texas flag, and Baker goes, "Yeah, I won 2 Red River rivalries, Heisman, and
living rent free in their heads.
A decade later, I'm still living rent free in their head."
I did love that.
That's pretty good.
That was good. Out
That's
on Sunday,
but don't give them bulletin board opportunity. That's like what was it last week? A&M has a cornerback that's nicknamed the Blanket. He sent them a blanket to Missouri. Theo Weiss was wearing the blanket, and when it ends up happening, they get stomped. Don't do that, guys. I know you're trying to be like, yeah, we'll show them. Doesn't always work.
Don't you know it always bites you back in the ass?
It usually does.
All right,
9 out of 10 times.
I guess we got to talk about this game. Penn State defeats USC 33-30 in overtime.
You feeling okay,
bro?
I come around the corner and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And his hand's like this. I'm like, "You
My
good?"
hand was literally shaking. Literally shaking.
I'm like, "You good?" He's like, "Dude, they just went to overtime." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah." Well,
I will say this much to you, Andrew. 20-6 at halftime, correct?
Yes. Yes. I thought that's where it would stay at.
Did you know what your boy did? He went out and he laid plus 375 on Penn State on the money line.
Yes. Nice.
And you know me, I don't bet on Penn State.
Yeah.
Ever.
I know.
I just had this feeling. This team is too talented not to come back. And for some reason, after the first half that Tyler Warren had, by the way, 17 receptions for 224 yards.
Yeah. Don't forget he's got a pass in there too.
And that big catch that he made going over the top.
Yeah.
He was the center on that play.
The trick play. The double pass to
the center.
To Aller that went back to him. That was that's
a monster game.
This was his game for sure.
What was USC doing after the first half? Like, he was the only dude that was doing anything the first half. The only dude.
It's Lincoln Riley, man.
I'm not going to argue with that statement. That should have been USC's game the entire second half.
I mean, USC did a great job covering the guys on the outside. It's everything in the middle that they were giving up.
And Aller looked good. I mean, he did not have statistically a great game because he threw 3 interceptions.
When he made his plays, he looked at his best. When he made those interceptions, obviously,
I'm not blaming him for at least 2 of those.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of them you threw to Deuce Robinson, who's a 6'6" wide receiver playing cornerback. Like, I'm not gonna fault you for that. I mean, nobody's gonna throw over that dude. He's a basketball player playing in the NFL or playing college football. Probably gonna go to the NFL. So I thought this was probably Penn State's best showing as far as team-wise. It certainly put Warren on the map now for people to note that this is a guy that can play tight end.
Yeah.
Like, if you're looking for
a
guy
running back or wide receiver or quarterback.
If you need a guy that can do a little bit of everything, this is one of your dudes. So I'm fully aware now of what this team can do. Obviously, I would have liked to see it better because USC should not be putting up 30 points, I think, against this defense. But nevertheless,
and this is my
it's a good test.
This is my big issue with Penn State, and it's been my big issue all year long.
Yeah.
That defense rolls out slow every single game.
They do.
And it's going to come back and bite them in their ass one of these times.
I'm going to say they've always started off slow. Like
Bowling Green had 24 at halftime.
Yeah. All right.
You think they could be could this been another situation where they were looking ahead?
No. USC was talking enough junk that they were paying attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Penn State only the second Big Ten team to go out west and win this year.
That's true.
The original Big Ten is only 2-9 going out west so far.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Something to look at. Just saying.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
When
That's
you're-
good to know.
When you're down a little casholy. But
100%.
for me, yeah, this is probably as animated as I've been in a very long time when it comes to a football
I
game.
believe it.
I got a hug from David.
Was it just like one of those, like, they pulled it up? I can't believe it.
I couldn't believe the kid missed the field goal for USC.
Yeah, I was wide left.
That
was
what
bad.
just happened. That's exactly. I looked.
I
at
just did, man.
I just
yeah.
hear David, he missed it!
Hooked it.
Alabama survived. Tennessee survives. Oh, Florida in itself is just imploding.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know
they do have a rough schedule, but still, they're just not looking
What are
good.
they do? Like,
What are they?
Pick a quarterback. Pick a quarterback.
He's not going to do that.
Lagway's already said if Napier goes, he goes.
That's such a stupid statement to make. That's so dumb. If you're the top quarterback in the country, number one Gatorade player of the year, you're at Florida, you're at a place where you can be the king. You could be God there if you get it right.
But I mean, if you're not starting him, then I would be and knowing that he's the better quarterback.
Right, but if he's not starting, then that's more of a reason to stay. If Napier goes, like, okay, bye, dude.
I will say
True.
this. I'll be very blunt about this. I think it's freaking absolute sacrilege that Graham Mertz is wearing Tim Tebow's number.
I don't understand that at all.
Why is that dude's number not retired?
I don't know.
It should be. What's been more devastating, Florida and Florida State's season, or Hurricane Milton? to the Florida area.
I mean,
Ooh, that's a great
in
question.
fairness, that hurricane's only been lasting like about a week. Theirs
Okay.
has been lasting about 6-7 weeks now. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna say the seasons.
I think the seasons
All
are
right.
pretty.
I don't know how many times you're gonna
Tallahassee to Gainesville right now. That whole top half of Florida is decimated from football.
And let me say this.
Let's make it sure.
We were talking about this on Bet for the Cycle. It's very easy. Very easily could Florida State be a 2-10 team this year.
Oh yeah,
2-10. It's
They
very.
could go 0-12 if they don't play this right.
They've got an FCS team that they're going to play, but other than that,
That's really good. Dude.
I just love that we compared a national disaster.
Hey,
football
I
team.
need to
Well, in
chime in.
fairness, they're
Gotta
also
chime in every now and
national.
again.
Here, we'll
They're
make
national disasters too, just
That's
on
true.
a different
That
level.
is true.
we'll make it right. We'll make it right.
God.
Hey, for everybody who has been affected by
Yes.
the hurricanes, please donate to the Red Cross or your local, whatever it
Yeah,
may be.
absolutely.
Send water, send food.
Don't steal the roof pieces from Tropicana Field and sell them online. That's
I've been
crazy.
seeing people do that, which is nuts.
You're on
Can you
fucking
fucking name
Facebook
less from
Marketplace.
Florida residents, though?
By the way,
That's the most Florida thing, by the way.
what smart, intelligent Tampa person or St. Petersburg person
yeah.
goes, we're going to use that as our emergency staging area.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh, there goes the roof.
The roof will be fine, right? Nah, don't worry
To
about it. We'll
protect
be
all
fine.
the first responders, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
And somewhere
Not
there's
good.
a guy there's a guy in an airport going, see, I told you everybody's gonna fall off. You guys didn't believe me, but I told you to go to the roof. No, I'll be
As he wrestles a gator.
No,
As
he's
he-
got the Gators pulling the boat. That's why.
Well,
Florida Santa
he's just
Claus.
riding the gator. I'll see you later.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you.
Just riding the gator. There's the rope around. He's like on top.
Oh,
of
we're
it.
terrible. We're terrible.
About Mr. Valentin's
No, we don't
team.
have to.
Yeah, we need to because
Yeah.
it was a good win and a great game.
Someone almost had a heart attack.
Was that you?
Yes.
It should have been. That being said, when we come back here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports.
This is the best fans in the world.
No better team.
SportsTownChicago.com.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive has all of the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now's the time to get yourself to Valley View by car, on foot, or even buy air to take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly, because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours, and the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say 4-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
Hey, I'm Andy Griggs, asking you to help prevent domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't a woman's issue. It hurts all of us. Women are injured and killed every day by their husbands and boyfriends. So it's time for men to take action right now to teach boys that violence against women is wrong, to help prevent abuse before it starts. Call the Family Violence Prevention Fund at 1-800-END-ABUSE to get a free Take Action kit containing tips on what to say to boys. That's 1-800-END-ABUSE. Teach early.
Indeed is the #1 job search user with over 250 million monthly users. Indeed's priority is to help everyone in the job searching process to find a job by uploading 10 new job opportunities every 10 seconds worldwide. With Indeed, you have free access to job searches, resume uploads, and company researches. There are over 10,000 employees at Indeed that pursue to help people find the job they are looking for. They connect with millions of people to new opportunities. Go to Indeed.com and sign up for free and create a resume and let Indeed do the rest to help you on your job search.
Hey, I'm Jesus Mauricio. Be sure to tune in every Friday to listen to Zeus Off the Bat, a baseball talk show from 1 to 2 p.m., where I'll be discussing and updating you on all things about baseball, news, predictions, reactions, and more about the Cubs, Sox, and everything across the league. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. right here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget to follow and share our Twitter and Instagram with your friends at Zeus Off the Bat. Zeus Off the Bat.
We about to head down to that Baton Rouge and get some gumbo and some scrimp and eat some etouffee.
Welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. Once again, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let us know what you think of this oddball show that we throw together every week, twice a week. Monday and Friday. Two to four, or if not a little earlier, depending on when we get things situated.
Be here on Friday.
Yeah. And I'll be cutting out as well. Well.
On it whatsoever, Andrew.
Talk Nebraska for me.
I could talk Nebraska because they're going to lose. I'll preview it now for you.
Don't say yes or not.
No. This is about Indiana, not Nebraska.
Yeah.
Would it not be an Indiana thing to do? To have their coach leave?
Yeah.
He's going to do it. How many different times?
Should have been in a bowl last year.
Yeah.
And honestly, Matt Rule does not have the greatest record with top 25 schools. So.
Google the head coach of Indiana.
Signala.
He wins.
Yeah.
Just ask him.
That's what
Google
he does.
me. I win wherever I go. I love the swagger. I love everything that has anything to do with
Indiana.
With how did you describe their starting quarterback?
He should be a third stringer on a Division I team coming from Ohio, not Ohio State. Ohio University.
Yep.
Home of the Bobcats.
He's playing lights out.
Shout out Ricky Hunt Jr.
He is.
But
I will say, Nebraska hasn't really played anyone well, and so has Indiana. So I I'll have Nebraska cover.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
no,
But,
stick to your guns.
Yeah.
I think
Be a
Nebraska
big
can
boy.
win the game. Trust
Hike
me.
up your Cornhusker
My thing
suspenders.
is, it's just they blew
Your
it-
overalls.
They blew it against Illinois, but I mean, I think
Illinois is good.
Illinois, I think, is better than Indiana.
I don't know about that, but
I mean, just look, Indiana really hasn't played much of anyone. FIU, Western Illinois, UCLA, Charlotte, Maryland, Northwestern.
how dare you say UCLA? I don't talk bad about them Wildcats at Northwestern, sir.
No, you can't.
Aren't they 4-2, sir?
Are they? I don't even know. I looked at the
Bro, they're
record.
2
I
and
don't
3.
follow that
They're
team.
2-3.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay,
then.
It's okay.
So you can talk
apologize.
smack on the.
I can talk smack.
They've won 2 in a row, I believe, though.
Northwestern's 3-3.
3-3.
No,
yeah.
it's right here.
All right, we made
Oh,
500.
3-3.
All right,
Yeah.
how about
Yeah,
that?
they're 3-3.
There you go, guys.
Maryland was a 10-point favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they lost to Washington.
Hey, Washington's a better team than what people think, but Washington's not going to be the cream of the crop this year.
The translation is
I would
the
love
Big
a
Ten is
Nebraska
top
win.
heavy.
I am worried about it, though. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say this. Baton Rouge, sir.
Yes, Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
God, these guys.
Nussmeyer, baby.
These
Nussy.
guys, my God.
How bad were you shaking too? Because I physically was shaking.
My head was on a pillow. And I was just going, like I was screaming because I was just like, stop him. For the love of God, please bat a pass down, intercept anything. And of course, he, like I told you about it. Like I didn't even watch it happen. I just had the TV on and I heard the sound of the kick as the field goal's going. I'm like, that's going through. 'Cause you just hear the poof, and I'm like, yeah, it's going through.
He caught it.
He caught it.
good.
He got it perfect. And sure enough, and we're going to overtime. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
56-yard field goal.
God, Jesus. But luckily enough, my man Garrett Nussmeyer, yep, he's my man now, came through and delivered when I needed him to do it the most.
No, number 1 overall draft pick, Nussmeyer.
No, but they're making a first round pick, which I don't understand, but sure. Let's go with that. Mostly to the Saints. So yesterday, but this team.
Could they be this sleeper?
I don't know what they are anymore. Or at this point, like they don't. I just don't know where they're at. Like, but I also don't want to lose faith. Like they can still maybe get it done because it seems like it's still pretty wide open in that conference. So I have a hard time definitively saying that they are contenders or that they can pull something off.
Nussmeyer just sounds like he's gonna goes on. He's just gonna be the Jim Church cycle.
When I hear his name,
and all his football players just call him Nuss.
Yeah.
Coach Nuss.
Coach
Yeah,
Nuss.
Coach Nuss.
The only thing I think about him though is that he's Zach Mettenberger. Like, that's all he reminds me of.
Better
Like,
version.
yeah, a little bit. He's more accurate, but I don't know. This is the problem. This team is 5-1, and they're 8th in the country right now, and I don't feel confident in them at all whatsoever because I have this distinct feeling they're going to go into a few of these games and they're going to let up, and they're not going to give them. They're not going to bring their just dues.
Bama and Georgia is not far ahead, and they've shown signs of rockiness. Where
That's
it's
true.
like,
Bama's defense is awful.
it's not been good.
No,
Awful.
they don't have an answer on that part.
No.
Awful. They have to outscore every team.
Well, and that's the Kalen DeBoer way. It's not between Nick Saban and everybody else.
And I'll put it out there right now. Carson Beck, not that dude.
No.
Yeah.
And didn't win by that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that score on that game?
Although Mississippi State's
41-31, yeah.
Mississippi
41-31 with one shove of the quarterback.
With Georgia being considered having one of the best defenses, you should have not let Mississippi State score 31 on you.
BYU stays undefeated and defeats Arizona convincingly 41-19. And I got asked by I forget who I got asked by. I think it was Kenny. He goes, I thought Arizona was good. I said they've got a good quarterback and a great wide receiver. That's about it.
Yeah, they don't have anything else. They're gone. Those guys are gone.
They're the Missouri of the Big 12.
You mean at the SEC?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean then?
Arizona's in the Big 12, dude.
Yeah.
I thought you said Missouri.
Yeah,
I said they're the Missouri of the Big 12.
Gotcha.
They've got a quarterback. They've got a wide receiver. That's it.
I would still say Missouri is probably a better team.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, first off, the whole Big 12 is just eating itself up, and I love it. Yeah. I mean, you have 5 teams who are 5-1. Or excuse me, you've got 2 teams who are undefeated. You've got 3 teams who are like 5-1, and then you've got teams who are 4-2. So you got championship. Like,
let's go.
I'm a hero. I'm all for it. And of course, as we predicted, BYU and Iowa State at the top.
Hey,
we called it?
Hey, why
you
don't
win, folks?
Why don't we just integrate the Mike Leach rule? $64 carries, 217 yards, 1 touchdown as Boise State defeats Hawaii 28-7.
It's 1,200 rushing yards already.
He's already come out and said that if he does not gain 2,000 yards this year, he's going to cut his dreads.
He's on pace to clobber that.
Oh, he's going to do it. He's on pace right now. He's on pace right now to break Barry Sanders' record for rushing yards and touchdowns.
Let me ask you this: if he does that, is he the Heisman winner?
I think so. You break records like that, you're definitely winning the Heisman.
He's got to be.
I mean, I hope so. I heard some argument the other day. Like they're just sick of the quarterback on the most winningest team being the winner because that's not the actual.
Who would that be this year?
Yeah, exactly.
The only one.
Who would that?
The only. Yeah, I would say
Quinn.
Ward's the only quarterback that's really been standing out.
I would think Travis
Quinn.
Hunter. Travis Hunter's
Quinn,
the
but
only,
he was out for a
Hunter's the
few
only
weeks.
athlete that you can make the argument on.
To be fair to Quinn, if you beat Oklahoma, you beat Georgia,
right,
and then you beat Vandy in Vandy,
sure,
and you
he'll
lead
be
that
in consideration, but his stats have to we're talking like 3-4 touchdowns per game kind of thing.
If you want to look away from quarterback,
it's
Travis Hunter.
I just like
screw Travis Hunter. You know why I say screw Travis Hunter?
Why?
Because once again, Travis Hunter doing Travis Hunter things. He's 135 pounds soaking wet, gets injured in a game, and is out. You can't win a Heisman being a two-way player if you get injured.
Sure, but it's still impressive that he goes like 130 snaps a game. Like it's insane.
No,
and that's why he's dinged up.
Absolutely.
That's why he's got a separated.
I just like that in the
and that's
pregame,
what I think it is.
The pregame graphic, they go the impact players for Colorado on defense and offensive are both Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
that was it's very true. He's the best player on that team, and when he's been healthy, he's the best player in the country by far. But
he'll be the number one overall.
If he doesn't get hurt here, he's easily still a top 3 finalist. Now being injured, depending on how long he's out, he'll still finish maybe as a top 5, top 10 guy easily.
Goodbye, Colorado season.
But yeah, that's the big part of it. Like
Shiloh,
without him,
Shiloh not good either.
Well, Deion said so. So yeah.
How's that got to make you feel as a kid?
Listen,
like your dad just
there's only
buried you.
I have 2 sons on the team, but right now he's below Travis Hunter as far as my favorite sons on the team right now.
That's good.
Kansas State defeats Colorado 31-28 after what a crazy ending to that game. Colorado scores with 2.5 left on the clock, and Kansas State just goes, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? It was like 2 plays in that drive, and then if that
Avery.
Yeah. This is
during that game, I thought Avery was done.
Yeah.
He went down with a non-contact injury that looked like he pulled an oblique.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way he's coming back. Out comes the hair. Out he trots onto the field.
He is such an unconventional quarterback. Like, he doesn't throw, like, his throwing motion's weird. his drop back, he's very Tim Tebow-esque in a lot of ways, and yet it's still so much more smooth, fluid motion.
I didn't realize that was the highest starred commit that they've ever gotten at Kansas State.
He's their best quarterback commit. He's their best quarterback probably since Colin Klein, and that was 2013. And this kid has all of that, except he's a better arm. He's got a better ability to play that position.
I mean, that's the same situation with Nebraska. Raiola's considered the highest ranked,
and rightfully should be. And this kid bumped out Will Howard. Like, that's how good they thought he was, and he's proving it. This team, I still believe Kansas State's the best team in the Big 12, and I know that's saying something when you've got two teams that are undefeated. But to me,
they just look so complete.
They do. They've got the quarterback. They've got the defense. The only parts that they're really missing are the receivers, but those guys make up for it in their numbers. They don't have talent, but they've got the numbers that can catch.
Andrew. So I'm tired of talking about it.
So we talked about this. Folks, if you haven't been listening, I don't know if you know this, but Vanderbilt,
From the beginning of the year,
Vanderbilt runs on one engine and one engine alone, and it is powered by one particular type of fuel, and it's called Pavia Power. And that is Diego Pavia, who I think should get at least some consideration for a Heisman,
100%.
because if it weren't for him, Vanderbilt's not 4-2. Vanderbilt could be 5-1 because of what he's been able to do.
Best quarterback since Jay Cutler.
He might be better than Jay Cutler.
Let's take it easy. Let's relax.
At least he looks like he cares.
Oh, I
will
love
say
that.
At least he looks like
Smoking
he
Jays?
I will say,
Pavia looks like a hype beast. Jay Cutler looks like he's been there before.
I will say, Jay definitely quarterback wise, like Jay's was above some because
Jay was a more
yards on a dot.
Jay's
There
a
weren't
more
many like him.
professional quarterback.
His arm was unreal. He had, well, I forgot who exactly said it, but somebody was like comparing him with Aaron Rodgers when he was coming out of Vanderbilt was not crazy because they both had that same arm talent, that natural arm talent, that same fluid motion, that same step back ability, everything compared. The difference was one cared, one kind of was just like okay with being good enough. It seems like he didn't really want to work. Pavia, again, I don't think he's a naturally better quarterback than Jay, but where he beats him out, I think, is there's that toughness and heart. That he's just willing, and the passion that he's like, yeah, you want to run a quarterback draw with me? Let's do it. I'll run 50 yards head first into the linebacker and the safety. I don't care. I'm getting the first down and then some. I'm getting a touchdown. Like, that's what separates him from Jay. That's why he could take Vanderbilt.
It's wild that they're 2-1
as far as they want
in the SEC. Like,
I
want to know the last time they've done that.
One,
at least
two
you
games
win a
in.
game in the SEC, for God's sake.
Hey, listen, this
It's
is
been a hot minute.
This is a
Probably Franklin.
different kind of yeah.
Ever since I saw him week 1, I was like, okay, they might be something.
I mean, Coach Rio's playing himself into another position too.
I remember that
another job.
Florida might start calling.
No, see, but here's the thing: when you catch lightning in a bottle like that,
that's the thing.
I would want to see him. For me, the coach at Indiana isn't catching lightning in a bottle. He's just a damn good coach.
Well, he's saving that
and
program.
a damn good recruiter.
Yeah.
To me, like, I think the Vanderbilt thing is they've caught lightning in a bottle for a season.
It's possible.
And good for them. Because I'm going to ride this. Vanderbilt has won me a lot of money.
This also goes to show, too, like, the transfer portal can work in your favor if you play it right.
Yeah.
Like
Mike Norvell.
Yes. Like, if you get a guy that certainly is like, you fit my system, I think we can work well together, perfect. Instead of like, I want to win a national championship Do you want to win a national championship? Yeah, I think we're perfect for each other. But you can't bank. You guys,
Oh, Commodores.
Don't say commies.
No, that's strictly for the Commanders.
Yeah.
Strictly for the Commanders.
Only during the days of the bashful owner. Now they're the good command. Yeah.
Who do they play this week?
Ball State.
Yeah, they'll win that game. Somebody in the top 25 will lose from 20 to 25.
I mean, somebody will. Michigan or Illinois, one of those two has to lose.
Oh, please let it be Michigan.
But at that point, I think your team's probably getting in there, Tyler.
Yeah.
As long as they beat Indiana.
If they could beat Indiana, they should get in.
They're
Hunter's going to
ranked.
be at that game.
Is he really?
And I've told him,
Yeah.
Who's going to make the game?
you're going to cry.
Oh, at
It's
Michigan.
at
Oh, yeah,
Illinois.
he is.
He is.
Get
He's
ready
at
for
Illinois.
600 rushing yards, folks,
Yeah.
and about 100 yards passing.
Yeah.
At least the game would be done in like an hour and a half. Then.
That's
Well,
true. Running clock all
I
the way
don't know if that's
through.
so. Are you talking strictly from Michigan? Because Illinois throws the ball this
No,
year.
I meant strictly from Michigan.
Yeah, Altmaier's been slinging a little bit.
No, Altmaier is their best quarterback since.
What was that again?
Jeff George?
Yeah, probably.
I was joking.
We're going back to 89 on that one.
I was joking.
I mean,
Oh God.
I don't remember their last good one. I can't. Schilhaas. I mean, I played against that dude. He was not that good. Love you,
my
buddy.
It'd be Juice.
Probably, yeah, probably Juice. But Juice wasn't even that good of a passer either. He was an option quarterback, really.
Yeah.
But if he's got two wide receivers in Franklin and Bryant that are two of the best, I think, in the country as a dynamic duo. So if you use them right, you can easily beat Michigan. But the problem is that who's going to be covering them? Well, two of the best dynamic corners right now in college football. So.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our college football talk. When we come back, it's time to go off the rails. And we got a huge announcement. Choo-choo.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dog, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just a small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three, and it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
Blow the whistle.
Going off the rails.
Another train!
go off the rails, boys.
I feel like I need that wooden train whistle.
The BT Dub Express.
BT Dub Express. Okay.
I like that.
I like it.
I like that. Are we all going to get paid for this then? Just like the SMU Express did?
Can we?
I'll take 50,000.
I would too.
I like that.
I'll take a gold Trans Am.
All right.
I mean, allegedly.
First and foremost, we didn't hit on something that Andrew wanted to talk about really quick, and I want to bring up something about it as well. Army and Navy, for the first time since
1960,
are
undefeated
both
and
ranked, undefeated and ranked in the top 25.
Crazy.
I don't know if any of you watched the Army game yesterday,
America,
but their quarterback stiffed arm a dude into death.
Yeah, Horvath. That dude is legit.
It's not the first time the
250?
Army's killed somebody.
250.
What? What? What?
Nick is coming in with the heat.
I had to come back with that after I had that
He's
bad
on
one.
fire.
Coming in hot.
The Mountain Dew's got him.
Yeah, it's the dew.
Oh man,
Dude, miss you, Pat Tillman. Sorry. I do. I miss him.
I do too. I do too. Still not my favorite Cardinal safety of all time. But,
Fair enough.
Is he like 250 pounds? He looked like a tank.
He's like 230 or something like that.
I
think it
call
was.
BS.
I mean, he could be heavier.
Hey, Nebraska made the coaches poll.
Whoopity-doo, Basil. Whoopity-doo.
Oh man.
They understand. They understand. They see us.
Won't be there much longer. That being
Yeah.
said, going on to Nick. I brought this question up to Andrew. I'd like to bring it up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Josh Naylor.
Okay.
Does he or does he not look like a dude that should be playing softball in a beer league?
Yeah, no, 100%. He's gonna tear it up.
I knew he was gonna say. I knew you were gonna agree with that.
It's just like
100%.
I legitimately started paying attention to the Cleveland Guardians this last series, and I'm like, who's the dude that's supposed to be playing softball?
Him. And don't get me wrong, it's nothing personal, obviously. Don't know the guy.
His
It's just
batting stance.
it's simply just because he murders the White Sox every single opportunity he gets. And I hate it.
This is what I love.
I understand.
His stance now looks like he's resting the butt of the bat on his beer belly.
Yeah, of course.
Lazy.
That's called being smart.
God gives you the tools.
And then just
if I would have known that trick, I would have done that years ago.
And then him just trying to leg out a single is amazing.
It's I love
It's
it.
fantastic.
Was that the one you had for me? That was
That was
okay.
it. I was
Okay.
just like, to me, like I was watching that. I was like, oh, this is one of the nail. Holy bejesus, he looks like he should be playing softball in a beer league.
He would very much enjoy
Very
it.
much does.
Because if he hits the home run, I don't think you have to run the bases. They just like,
he hits the
I'm
home
good.
run and does the old Bambino trot around the whole thing.
yeah. Go. Kirk Gibson.
There's so many weird, crazy things going on in the world right now.
Once saw Terrifier 3.
Oh, by the way,
Oh, did you?
Shout out Chris
explain
Sher-
this horror megathon that is going on, because it is now the #1 movie in America, beating out Joker 2, which is a joke from what I
Yeah.
hear. Haven't seen it, not gonna see it. Haven't seen the original.
Don't. You can see the first one. The first one is phenomenal. And it's-
To me, I got told this is legit. What I got told, you have to be in a good headspace to watch Joker. And I went,
I remember that conversation.
okay, so not gonna
it's a
watch.
little messed up at times. Yeah.
Not gonna watch this shit.
Explores some really dark, like mental stuff.
First one's
certainly.
dark. I think Joaquin Phoenix does a good job of depicting someone with a mental
killed it.
illness, and then
Yeah, he won an
the
Oscar.
second one just goes, "Oh, that was great. Let's do none of that. Let's strip it all, take it away, put songs in it, and we'll go ahead and waste $200 million."
They screwed it up, I think, when they signed on what's her
Lady?
name? Lady Gaga. because I think it's in her contract. She has songs.
I don't even know. And if it is, it really took away the opportunity for her performance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, from what I understand, he's still bringing the movie.
So
like
away from if you're making the comparison from Terrifier and Joker, like why is one doing better
I'm
than the other?
I'm asking what is the phenomenon about this
Terrifier series?
Terrifier series that has everybody
on the screen. It's like so gory,
Yeah.
so bloody. Like that when they
said it's over the top.
Yeah, it is. And
so it's a gore fest.
Yes,
It's not psychological like
But it's-
a House of a Thousand Corpses.
It's not CGI though. That's the
No,
thing.
it's-
They're
yeah, it's all
using
practical
like
effects.
it's all like
Effects.
it's all real effects, using the blood, using all that stuff, which is great.
So we're harkening back
So
to
it
the
it sacrifices
early 90s.
Absolutely.
sacrifices storyline for the 10
Blood and
minute
gore.
15 minute like just blood gory fest that it has, but it's not like
Now,
it's not really distasteful. I mean
Yeah.
it's really good for that genre and they love it, obviously. That
Can I ask, Can I ask you this?
Sure.
Would you consider this series a B movie series?
Oh yeah it's very it's
Damn
in
it,
that
I might have to go watch them.
it's in that realm. It's in
Son
those,
of a biscuit
it's
eater.
all those people that like watch that
I'm a huge B horror movie fan because
like the Grindhouse type movies.
The
Yes.
effects are
Yes.
so bad and the gore is so over the top that it
and-
isn't believable.
And this
there was a
one-
trailer for one that you're gonna absolutely love because obviously Steamboat Willie is Steamboat Willie is like a what is open to the public now?
Yeah,
It's public
he's
domain.
public domain now. So,
they
and
made
they've
Screamboat.
yes, I
And
can't
it's
wait
a
for that.
Giant, man mouse killing and eating everybody running. It looks it's
bad,
gonna be
it's good. Somebody
Is
through
this
out the
gonna
room and
be-
they're like,
is it-
God,
is
I
this
hope
going to contend with Velocipaster though?
it could. It very much
Fantastic.
could. As far as bad though,
Don't you
I don't know
put
because
bad-
it looks like they're going with the CGI,
you
so it
put
might
that
have a little bit more.
hoodoo on that.
I
Don't
love
you
though
put
that
bad
somebody.
words
I
on
was reading through the
Velocipaster.
comments on
No.
one of those things about Screamboat Willie, and somebody's like, "God, I hope the boat comes alive and starts eating people." I'm like, "Oh my God, yes, that is so."
It runs on souls or something. It's gonna have to. It's gonna be
Yes.
something
I
ridiculous.
heard. I
feeding
heard
this
Jericho's death scene was phenomenal.
It was funny. It was good. His death scene in Sharknado and his death scene in Terrifier 3 are probably now my two
right,
favorite.
He wasn't Shark. I keep forgetting he's in that series.
He's in like those
God.
good, bad like B-roll
every time,
B-movies.
man. Like he's getting that
There's
paycheck.
nothing wrong. With that.
No,
Get a
absolutely
paycheck,
not.
He
son.
was in one of Kevin Smith's movies.
Yeah. He is,
Oh yeah, right.
He'll
As
make
a-
appearances. Like
Yeah.
that.
as like the Grand Wizard.
yes.
I just love. Oh yeah. I just love that they give him a name at the end when all the title, when all the credits are popping up. Like he does. They don't say his name during the movie. It's just Chris Sure as Burke. I'm like, they don't say name. It just says security on his thing.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
that's pretty
Hi
great.
guys.
Has anybody
Always need TV time.
anybody got anything else?
I mean, I saw some movies. Sorry, Tyler.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
I didn't see anything in theaters though. I've been watching more stuff on I don't know, like the movie theater has not had anything that would really attract me. Like I wanted to see like the Megalopolis movie, but because it's
I've heard
Francis
that's
Ford
brutal.
Coppola, but there's a lot of that's the thing. It's like a lot of
I heard it was really, really, really bad.
it was like rough, like because Ford Coppola is trying to be like, oh, I've got messages in my movie, and it's like that's great, man. You did Godfather, just do that again. But obviously,
No.
he's never going to do that again.
No,
but-
not after 3. Nope.
no, not after
can't.
3. But I was watching some like independent movies. One of them I had not seen before, but it's Shia LaBeouf, and it was Peanut Butter Falcon.
Amazing movie.
That is by far one of the best movies I have seen. Shia LaBeouf is like it's Southern Florida line kind of fisher guy, down on his luck, homeless, like no money left. Meets up with a kid who is
Special needs.
challenged, but he wants to be a pro wrestler, and he escapes from the home that he has been kind of like kept in so that he can be taken care of. So he escapes, and then it's just like a buddy cop kind of venturing through the backwoods of Florida thing. And it's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's by far the best I've also seen of Dakota Johnson, and I'm critical of her acting through and through. I don't think she's a good
I saw
actor.
the trailer for this, and it looked really good.
I did too, but I never watched the movie.
I kept forgetting to go back.
Yeah,
I'll try
but
and watch it.
Oh my god, the movie's it's whole stick. They've even got some wrestler cameos in there with Mick Foley and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Godsagan?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's
Okay.
it. Yes, fantastic movie. And then the other one I saw two others. They star
Jake the Snake's in it.
yeah, they've got wrestlers in it because the whole thing's about the kid wants to be like a wrestler.
Okay.
So, and then he eventually does. He becomes a wrestler. The Peanut Butter Falcon.
All right. I'm hooked.
Yeah,
McFoley.
it's
I
a
gotta watch
great
it.
movie.
I need to watch this.
And then the other two I saw, they were independents. One was Dinner in America.
I've heard about that one actually.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah, it was a lot of of him, and it was the pattern. And he going on this one, and basically it's like you need to man up and toughen up, and it's them driving in a car, going through his life, kind of experiences. Do something different about what you did. Like done very well. Not the.
To promote the first one, they had like
people go to like sports games.
Apparently,
stuff like that.
someone caught them doing it again in Chicago at like this. I forgot which building was, but there's all in different windows, just standing
People
there.
just standing there
Someone
smiling.
Good thing they
zooming
didn't
in.
do it on the street. They probably would have got beaten up.
Dude, it was
There's a lot of things going on in this world.
it was a bad time that I watched that TikTok because I got way too high last night, and I'm like, no, it was scary.
Got you freaked out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna keep watching. Someone's gonna jump out.
What is this that you're talking about?
What?
High? What?
It's legal. Come on.
I don't know what you're speaking of, sir.
Mary Jane, marijuana.
Just keeps going.
Hey, kids and cools and dudettes, you want to go on some skateboards and then maybe go behind the school?
Oh, I saw a jelly roll over the weekend.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
You don't like
jealous.
Jelly Roll?
No, he's
I
jealous.
think
You're
he's
jealous. Okay.
I think he's very much that guy that's putting positivity out into the world.
Oh, dude,
I love
that's what
every
the whole
moment of it.
concert was.
I
It was
love
a-
his music.
It was an experience. It was like first he hits everyone hard with coming out with the song "I Am Not Okay," like right off the bat. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is how we start. Okay, and it was really good. He played a lot of covers, which was a lot of fun.
He likes doing covers.
So that song that he has with MGK, where it's kind of like a spin-off of Country Road. He was flipped.
I love that.
He
Yeah.
was sick that, and he sounds fantastic live. And again, it was kind of cool. He dropped a new album that day, so it was kind of funny to like listen to the
that's
album
right.
for the first time that morning. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to it live.
Yeah.
Later on, so it was good.
Between him and like what Teddy Swims like is the new guy I've been like listening to. Who's I guess been around for a while.
Yeah, I know.
I've just been
discovered
listening to him now. That dude has the voice of an angel.
Teddy Swims is my guy.
He
got
is
some soul.
amazing. That dude belted out. I'm like, feel you.
Put Jelly Roll, Stapleton all in a room together. That will serenade you.
I'll put Chase Tatham in there too. Tatham. I forget. I'm butchering his
Channing
name.
Tatum?
No, not Channing Tatum. I saw him when he was at the Zach Bryan concert when they were here, and I was working in Chicago. So he brought down the house. Absolutely. And there's a lot of good artists out there.
There are.
So
no,
I'm
a
jealous
fun
of you
time.
too. I would have loved to see Jelly Roll. I heard these things are just a party.
Come.
I mean,
No,
that's
it was
his best
a
song.
great experience. We bought tickets like last minute that morning. We were
You and I were
anticipating it.
sitting here, and you were like,
I was talking
I
about
Deli Roll, blah blah blah, and I was like, dude, the tickets are only $50.
Yeah, they were $50, and so we went for it. And it was a hell of an experience.
That's a little less than what I paid for my tickets.
For
Well, you paid a lot.
for your whiteout.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I got good tickets though. Lower level, 26th row.
Oh, nice.
For,
That's solid.
for
When do you go to that?
for a nickel.
When is that?
Not mad at it. November
When
9th.
is it?
November
November
9th.
There you go.
So I will not be here the Friday, November 8th.
Okay, that's okay.
That'll be a bad karma day.
There we go.
We got to call DeJourne.
I'm not going to call you and make out with you. No. Anything else we want to talk about, boys? Or you want to head out?
I just got one really quick thing. My buddy Kyle was up in London the entire time.
You stayed the whole week,
Stayed
right?
the entire week. Went to the game, and it was a full success because he made it onto the intro of the game on the NFL when NFL Network was opening. He had his bear costume on. He had the whole bear like head on. He was just dancing because they had Stanley like doing a pregame whole thing. So. Welcome to a good second of him there. He jokingly,
Did he get proper fish and chips?
He may have. I don't know.
You need to find that out because that is the one thing that you absolutely 100%
went to a
have
pub.
do.
The night before, there was like a Bears fan group meetup at some pub. So
I heard about this.
He went there. He was like standing on top of the thing. He was go, let's go Bears, and they were saying F Green Bay. Just getting the whole thing.
There's a lot of Bears fans out in
There
London.
was a ton.
So they
UK
made
pubs are the
I guess they
best.
stapled it being like a Bears fan
Yeah.
pub.
Oh, yeah.
And it was technically a
Which is
Bears
cool.
home game. So again,
UK
it kind of
pubs
makes sense.
cool,
But
man. Like if you just go to any UK pub and you just say, just screw Man City,
Yeah.
you just get the reaction from people.
It's either good or
fantastic.
bad.
Yeah, it's one way or the other.
Brutal
It's
for
either-
them.
Look for the jerseys. Look for the
I was going to
jerseys.
say, if you see light blue, don't say screw Man City.
And what
Yeah,
it
don't do
turn
what my
out well
buddy
for
did
you.
was like, screw Arsenal. And then he looked around and went, cannons on the wall. Shoot. Proceeded to get chased out of the bar.
Yeah, there are what they call hooligans. Is that what they call
Oh,
them?
they are 100% hooligans. I'd go beyond that sometimes. They are
And
madmen.
Sorry, London. You get the Bears last week. Now you get the Patriots and Jags this week.
Oh, God.
I might go Patriots.
Yeah.
Who's got the? Is that the London game or
That
is
is
that
the
the
London
It's the
London
London
game,
game.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought they were in Munich.
Nope.
No.
So what was Rich Eisen talking about being in Munich for?
Probably the last.
Is the last one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll double
By
check.
the way,
I'm
I just
pretty
wanted to
sure
say,
they're in London
he's-
again.
I love Rich Eisen as a commentator for the regular stuff on his show. He stinks as a play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
There's another person.
They're in Wembley. Sorry.
There's another person that needs to go bye when it comes to play-by-play.
Oh, well, he can go to it.
God love Costas, but sayonara.
Oh, God. Costas, bring the heat, man. Come on.
Home run, 5-4. What?
Yeah.
Are we at a tennis match? What the hell was
He
that?
said he's saving it. He's
That's
saving
the
it for when it's right.
He better be saving it for like a big moment because if
better
it doesn't,
go crazy.
yeah, I better see him like
Pops a nut on air.
He better go Pat McAfee on College Game Day
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
And
Shirt
the Dodgers
off and
win the
everything.
World Series. Bravo.
I'll be
Joe
very.
Buck.
I'll be very honest with you.
What an experience.
McAfee on game day is getting a little too much.
Oh, now you're shipping. You're flipping it.
It's
He's
the dynamic
leaning
is
too hard.
The dynamic is
He's
just
leaning
weird.
too hard
because
into it.
You got the old guys who are up there on the suits, and then you've got McAfee who's kind of like going. I don't.
What? You don't like the 45-year-old college student? You don't like that gimmick? What?
When he picks the home team every single
He's gonna
time,
do that. He's gonna be that character.
and does the chant every single.
He's got to find something new.
Sorry, he's 37, but
All
you know
right,
what I mean.
Right? Yeah.
Tyler,
Yep,
is it time?
I think so.
Let him know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh, he even brought the music down. I like
know.
it.
you gotta take me
like it.
seriously here. Take me
I
seriously.
like it.
We got something to talk about.
We officially have merch.
Hell yeah, we got
We have been working on this for a good few weeks. We have it up on Printify.
with more to come because
With more to
someone
come.
had-
We got t-shirts, hoodies, we got coffee mugs, we got baby bibs, we got socks. David's gonna be wearing the shoes.
Not your favorite item.
Which one's my favorite item?
Well, no, because we don't
Your
want to sell
pocket
out.
tee.
Oh, the pocket tee. Well, I said t-shirts. Yeah, the pocket tee.
Everybody loves a pocket tee.
For all you frat
Not
boys out there.
everybody.
Is
You're
it
the only one that
possible? Can we get a blow the whistle?
I'll have to look into it.
Why did we
all right.
not?
I'd be like
just-
Illuminati, like a whistle with the guy blowing a whistle.
On it? Yeah.
Wow.
Either that or just put BTW on there.
It blows my mind,
Why
man.
Nick is here?
Did you ever smoke weed? Did you ever look at a whistle inside of a whistle when you're high, man?
Either for
Blow this whistle.
Either if you're getting chased on the CTA, if you're calling a game, use the blow the whistle.
And it's official. Nick will now become our spokesperson.
Why is everybody blowing the blow the whistle on the CTA? It's a strange phenomenon that is now happening.
Who are these blow the whistle men?
Of course, it's how we get famous.
We become a
They think
rape
we're-
whistle.
Yeah, they think we're vigilantes, like trying to clean up the CTA.
No, we're four goofy guys at a radio station.
It's a guy with a just unhinged rage for
It's like-
the Naylor brothers.
It's on the same. It's like almost on the same level as why did X-Bomb get famous? Because they talked about a hot dog versus a taco.
Yeah, that'll
That's our
happen.
most asked question. So go figure.
Gotta start somewhere, baby.
Yeah, right.
No,
Yeah.
Get the merch. Get the merch. That's the
Get it.
that's the goal.
Absolutely.
Go head to toe.
I can't wait to walk in to He Who Shall Not Be Named's office and chuck a t-shirt or a hoodie at his.
So we don't need to throw it.
No, I'm going to throw it.
Oh, okay.
Looked at. I mean,
And then step onto his desk with my new sneakers.
I'll give
It's
you
gonna
10. Just pop them puppies
Or
up there.
if he's outside his office like he was the last time that we talked
Mm.
and tells me to go the sweatshirt tee,
Ah,
the hooded tee,
Yeah.
because it has greatest little internet show on the sleeve.
that's awesome.
And we do owe him for that because he always does call it the little
You
internet
coined
show.
that, so
Yeah.
We just added the greatest
He'll probably get a
because
little
we
giddy.
are.
I am the greatest.
So exciting news!
Yes.
Merch. You're sending out the links either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get that out.
All right. If not today, you and I will
Or at
look
least
into
put it on our link tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another branch on the link tree.
All right. All right.
We're just
well,
growing.
What was once a shrub.
just Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Continue.
It's just so stupid.
I know.
We are a month.
I'm
away.
hungry.
We are a month away from 4 years.
That's true.
At that quad. Not pod, quad pod, whatever the hell you are now.
We gotta go
And
home.
the dyslexia is now kicked in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been Blow the Whistle Monday, October 14th, 2024. I've had a great day. I hope everybody else has had a great day. For me, David Double D Dykstra.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston.
Tyler Butterball Beaterball.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
Stay positive. Be positive. Stop doing bear claws.
You've been clawed.
Jesus criminy Christmas.
Close it.
You know what, Andrew? Look at me when I say this.
The show doesn't end until you say so.
I know. I swear to God, I need them to have a losing record because I can't deal with this all year long.
I think you might have to, man. Unfortunately,
I know.
We ain't gonna stop.
Good God.
I don't know what to
Well,
tell
they
you.
haven't played anybody in the division yet, so
No.
there is hope.
We look like the
still
crazy people from
opportunity.
Smile.
There's hope.
Claw.
They might get some.
I'm gonna get arthritis. It's gonna be like this.
They might get some infected fingernails. Or
I mean, in
something.
fairness,
could be that.
having arthritis like this, you can still pick up a beer.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
there's-
Kinosuke Takeshita does his nails. I think Caleb can do his nails too.
I do like the fact that somebody put out the picture of him with bear down on his nails.
Yeah.
Oh,
As that was a pretty nice slide
Yes.
at everybody that's been commenting. So
All right.
P.S. Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, give me points. I love you. That's it. I love you.
I'm 5-1, and I don't understand it.
I finally won. After starting 0-5.
Okay, now you can end
All
the
right,
show.
now you can end.
Stay positive. Be positive. Surround yourself with positive things and positive people, and positivity will come and find you.